Max was a character that throughout the entirety of Stranger Things Season 4 had Vecna on her tail and wanted her. She was the fourth and final piece to the puzzle that Vecna had as part of his meticulous plan, and he managed to get what he wanted in the end. But what happened to Max in the finale of Stranger Things Season 4 Volume 2? And what will her involvement be in Season 5? Well, I'm going to see if I can get to the truth, and also theorize about what will happen in Season 5. So let's get into it. Here is what happened to Max in Stranger Things Season 4 Volume 2. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers. What happened to Max? In Season 4 Volume 2, we saw the group devise a plan where they aimed on luring Vecna into a false sense of security, so that he'd be connected to the vines in the Upside Down in the Creel attic, with him trying to reach out to Max so that he could claim her and become the fourth victim of his. This was so that Nancy, Steve, and Robin could attack his physical form. We saw that he was actually aware of the plan that was at hand, and that Steve, Nancy, and Robin were inside of the Creel house in the Upside Down, and it didn't faze him. This is what led me to believe that he didn't care for what was going on, or that his physical form was going to be damaged, because he was aware of his surroundings at all times and the danger that was there. Once he was inside of Max's mind, and Vecna had 11 held captive along with Max being held captive too, he began to walk over to Max, place his hand over her head like he does when he usually claims his victims, and he then started the consumption of her. In reality, we saw her rise up, some of her bones break, and it appeared as though she was going to be consumed completely. However, 11 broke free from the vines and launched Vecna away from Max, which then released her from the vines that were restricting her, and Vecna's mind control as well. In reality, we saw her drop to the floor, and she stated how she couldn't see anything, nor could she feel anything, but she was aware of everything that was going on in the room, and she could also hear, only for a short period of time, before she succumbed to her injuries that she got, whilst Vecna had his grasp on her, and she then died for 1 whole minute. This was enough time for the final person that Vecna needed to be claimed to have its impact and for the gateway to be opened between the real world and the Upside Down, causing the two worlds to be merged as one. 11 wasn't prepared to let Max just die, so she used her powers to bring her back to life or jumpstart her heart into beating again. This then brought Max back, but it rendered her into the state of a coma, one that doctors said that she may never wake up from. We saw 11 try to enter Max's mind a couple of times during the final episode of the show, which she was successful in doing. However, when 11 had arrived there was simply nothing around her whatsoever. Just pure darkness, something 11 had never experienced. She had always been able to utilize her powers in a way that would allow her to see inside the mind of a person she was aiming to locate, but in this instance, there was simply nothing. I think this could be down to the fact that Max was essentially claimed by Vecna, or was on the verge of being claimed, so when she came back into reality, there was only a part of her that was left. Nobody had ever been in this half-taken state by Vecna, and to top it all off, 11 brought her back to life, which is something that has probably made things even more difficult, and could allow Max to be lost inside of her very mind. We heard when Brenner stated that how when Number One kills, he doesn't just simply kill his victims, he consumes them, and takes everything that they are and everything that they will ever be, their memories and their abilities. This could be the main reason as to why 11 is just seeing nothing, due to the fact that Vecna has simply taken it all, and currently Max is just a shell. Theories for Season 5. With it looking like Max is going to be in a state of a coma in Season 5 of the show, we could see a couple of different routes get explored as to what could potentially happen to her in the season, and what her involvement would be like. Max will be like a Seer. One of the last things that Max said in Season 4 Volume 2 was that she can't see or feel anything as she was in Lucas's arms. She had a mist over her eyes which supported the idea that she couldn't see anything. With Max being in a state where her physical form was impacted for the first time, and not just her mental state, I'd be surprised if she would be able to come back and have full vision like she did prior to the events that unfolded. I believe with nobody ever reaching this state before of being half-claimed, and with her vision gone in reality, she could almost mirror what we see in Viking mythology, where she could almost act as a seer. She may be able to be in touch with the darkness of the Upside Down, and although Will is able to feel the presence of Vecna, Max could well be able to see Vecna and the Flayer in the real world. If she's able to make it back to life, she may also be able to communicate with him by utilizing what's described as a mind's eye in Viking mythology, We've seen that happy memories were something that was able to bring her back from the darkness of Vecna, so maybe this is still the case for the comatose state. I think we could also see 11 enter Max's mind again, and rather than just getting a glimpse, we may see her fully explore her mind to be able to locate where she is, and then hopefully be able to bring her back into reality. Vecna could use her as a host. Another option could be that we may see Vecna use Max as a host in the physical form. I don't think that this is the most likely theory for Season 5. Max served her purpose with Vecna, in being able to open the fourth gate and allowing the two worlds to form. There would not be any need for Vecna to utilize a human form as a host anymore, unless he wanted to infiltrate the group from within. We know that when he claims his victims, he gets their memories and every ounce of their being, so he would be able to get away with being in disguise amongst the group. But I don't think that it would necessarily be the case. 11 could have given Max powers. When 11 shocked Max back to life by utilizing her powers, she may well have given some of her energy that she has that gives her special abilities to Max in the process. We've never seen 11 exert these type of powers before, so she could have well transferred something across without even realizing. Max could be the host to the two worlds merging. One final theory is that with Max being the fourth and final piece that allowed the two worlds to form as one, but then not actually being killed completely, if she would be connected to the Upside Down when she awakens back into reality, she could well be the thing that's keeping the connection open and alive. She will have the light of 11 within her through bringing her back, and also the darkness of Vecna as well, seeing as though she was almost consumed by him. This could represent both Hawkins and the Upside Down. We may see that Max could potentially need to be sacrificed for the greater good of Hawkins for the gateway to be closed, and to be able to disconnect the connection between the Upside Down and the real world. I think Max along with Will and 11 are going to play the largest roles in what will cause the eventual defeat of Vecna, the Mind Flayer, the creatures and the Upside Down that's now merged with Hawkins. I don't think Max is dead, and she'll most definitely wake up, but to what and with what intention, that's the main question. So, there you have it, what I believe happened to Max and what her role is going to be in Season 5 of the show. If you want to see more videos on Stranger Things such as Volume 1 and Volume 2 ending explained, theories and predictions or character breakdowns, then click on the I button, or alternatively you can head over to my channel where you'll find them all. If you'd like to give me a show or movie to review next, then head over to my Twitter, @brainpilot_, and tweet me what show or movie you'd like me to review next. And finally, if you'd like to see what I rate the movies that don't quite make the cut to getting a dedicated video, then head over to my Letterboxd profile. It's where I rate the latest releases in real time. What do you think is going to happen to Max? Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.